Hello and welcome. My name is Alexander Tucker, and if you are here, it's probably because you have found yourself to the Rules for Living productivity tool. Thank you for taking the time to invest in your personal development, most specifically creating a foundation for the discipline that it takes to achieve the things that we most want in life. And we do that by building successful habits of productivity and goal setting. In this video, I will explain what the Rules for Living are, why they are so beneficial, and how to create them for yourself. The Rules for Living are not simply a list of guidelines on a piece of paper or on a PDF that you download from the internet. They are the principles that I have built my life around that continue to help maintain health of mind, body, and spirit. I think of it like an iceberg, where most of what we see is above the surface, where most of the mass that exists is below the surface. It's like that with most of the achievements that we see around us. For all the success that we see, it's the top part of the iceberg, and all the hard work and the foundation for success is below it. So out of that, I created my own rules for living based on my own value and belief system. The aim with doing that was to always focus on the right things that brought the desired outcome. They are the foundation in my life that helps me to stay focused on what is most important, the best use of my time and energy, so that I can focus on remaining disciplined in achieving the success that I want in those areas. When I was personally just beginning to develop my own rules for living, I borrowed heavily from Greg McKeown's idea of essentialism, which is basically saying, cut out all the fluff and focus on what is most important to you. It's kind of a rudimentary way of describing the book, but that's essentially what it is focusing only on what is most important to you and not wasting your time or energy on the things that are not going to move your vision forward. So after reading this book, I took time to develop my own set of rules that would give me a better structure for success. I believe that there is a big difference between just staying busy and being productive. In staying busy, you might be spending your time on a lot of things without really spending time on the right things, whereas proper productivity is focusing on what is most important based on your values and beliefs. When I truly sat down to spend the time to make my own rules for living, I realized that I had spent years living by other people's demands for myself, not the desires that I hoped to achieve with my life, or who I'd want to be, or the values that I wanted to live out to other people. Frankly, I was just spending a lot of time spinning my wheels, wasting my time and others. And in spending that time working on things that mattered to other people, in a way I was taking the opportunity away from myself to have a very clear, actionable path. My rules help inform not only what is most important to spend my time on, but also the things that are not important to spend my time on, so that I know specifically when they arise, I don't even have to go there. I can just save myself the time and energy by not putting my focus to it. When I think about it, it reminds me of that scene in Good Will Hunting where Will is talking to his therapist, Sean, where he's looking up at Sean's bookshelf and he says, "You people baffle me. All these books, you spend all your time reading these books, and all the while they're the wrong books." And then Sean looks at him and says, "Well, what are the right books?" And I think about that scene often, although the language is peppered with a little bit more color than I say here. The sentiment is still the same, that we want to be focusing on the right things and not the wrong things. The rules for living help us focus on what the right things are to get us to where we want to go most, in the direction towards our goals, away from the habits that weren't productive for us in the past, towards that picture that we most want to live for our life. Each of us are wholly unique, beautiful, talented, creative individuals that are gifted with an ability to accomplish amazing things. But because we are all so unique and individual from each other, that also means the rule sets we live by are going to be different, because the desired outcome that you have is going to be different from mine. So all that to say, I believe they're an incredibly beneficial resource for anybody who's looking to develop more discipline and increase their productivity. In order to do that, I've created this PDF to walk you through how to create your own rules for living for yourself. If you don't have the PDF, you can find that in the description below, or check the email that you may have received this link from. The best way to do this is give yourself a little bit of time to brainstorm, to work through this document, 30 minutes, an hour of free time where you're not distracted and you can focus on the task at hand. Because we want to get creative here. We want to think about what this could mean to us and the great benefits that it could provide for us. So when we have taken a little bit of time, printed this off, or opened up a document on our computer to brainstorm, have our journal with us, wherever you want to write down, this can be the prompt, or you can do it right here too. What you're going to do to create your own rules, start by asking yourself value-oriented questions like, who do I want to be? What's most important to me? And what will I be most satisfied with at the end of my life? Answers to these questions are so fundamental. They can be broad, but also specific to who you are. So dig in and pull out the values that matter most to you. Once you have a brainstormed list of values, life goals, dreams, wishful accomplishments you hope to achieve, things relating to all aspects of your life, money, career, relationships, fitness, and health, all these things that are going to inform who you are, broken down into aspects of them that are unique to you. Once you have a whole brainstorm list, then we're going to break it down into 2 sections that follow. From that, you're going to create goals that you hope to achieve, and you're going to list them on this side. And on this side, you're going to list the corresponding rule that will help you achieve it. To help you better understand it, I'll share one of my goals is to grow stronger as I get older. Kind of sounds like a silly goal, but I aim to stay healthy as I get older. So one of the rules that I live by to maintain overall health is to follow the 2-day rule. That's where I don't let 2 days pass within my schedule without practicing some form of physical fitness. That's a personal rule. You're welcome to borrow it if you'd like, but it could also help you inform some of yours here. Another example, if you have a family of your own, a goal you might have is to be a present parent no matter the season of life. And a good rule that could help you achieve it is we commit to sit down and have dinner as a family 5 nights a week. It doesn't have to be big or grand or philosophical in any way. It just is tied to the values that you have as a person. So from there, once you have your list of goals or achievements and the corresponding list of rules, we're going to move on to the second page. And on the second page, this is where we compile all that brainstorming into 10 to 20 of your own rules for living. Hopefully, out of your brainstorming, this will reflect your core values, covering a variety of things that are most important to you: health or fitness, family, relationships, dating, romance, finances, career, faith, spirituality, even things like hobbies and vacations. All of these things can be important to you, so go ahead and make a rule for whatever you think is most important to you. I suggest anywhere between 10 and 20, because any less than 10, it might not cover the core values to accomplish the goals of your life, and anything more than 20 just might be a little too much to focus at any given time and could get overwhelming or distracting. At the top of the list there, you see another example of one of my rules for living. I want to wake up every day feeling rested and ready for the day, so I set a rule to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. The key for your success here is to make a rule that is specific to you, something that is going to create patterns for your success, but also do it in a way that creates joy and excitement to accomplish these things. So when you have these rules, put them in places that you will be able to see regularly, either above your desk or in your notebook or your journal. For me, I like putting them in the back of my planner so that every time I open my planner and review my goals, I can refer to my rules for living as a reflection of that. Wherever that is for you, it's incredibly beneficial to refer to them and adjust where necessary in the season of life that you are. If you're moving or starting a career, getting married, starting a family, all of these things are different seasons of life that might require you to adapt your rules for living, which is totally fine and actually really helpful for you to assess these regularly. They are meant to be a tool for the success in all areas of life, in mastering and performing who you are meant to be. At the end of this document, I have included the full list of my rules for living. I include them so that maybe they could be helpful for you in creating your own list. Either they inspire you with ideas that you didn't have, or you're welcome to borrow some of them if you find them helpful for yourself. Whatever it is, whether it's a benefit to you or not, it'll help you know a little bit more about me in the process. Now, I created this tool because as a coach, I want to provide as much support to my clients as possible. So in creating your own rules for a lifestyle of discipline, if you would like a second set of eyes or somebody else to brainstorm with, I would love to offer you a free lifestyle and habits assessment, basically helping you develop unique rules for you and implement them in a life that is specific to your story. So head to my website, Alex D. Tucker. You'll be able to schedule a free session there, or in the description below, you'll find a link to schedule a free sample session. I hope you'll take me up on that. I'd love to meet you and see how this tool could help you build a lifestyle of discipline to accomplish the things that matter most to you. Thanks for watching. Take care.